the problem. Consider a rectangular pre-stressed concrete beam. Consider a rectangular pre-stressed concrete beam of cross section. Consider a rectangular pre-stressed concrete beam of cross section 230 mm by 230 mm by 300 mm subjected to a pre-stressing force of subjected to a pre-stressing force of 500 kilonewtons and a UDL of 15 kilonewton per meter, a UDL of 15 kilonewton per meter over a span of 12 meters. So here for the time being, assume that this 15 is inclusive of self weight. You need not consider self weight once again. So that is W is equal to, I am giving it as WD plus WL. That is WD plus WL. You need not once again consider WD for the time being right now for this problem. Now, first one. So in the before going to first, write down here, calculate the resultant stresses at midspan. Calculate the resultant stresses at midspan and supports when the pre-stressing is done. Calculate the resultant stresses at midspan and supports when the pre-stressing is done. First one in that at neutral axis, second condition at E is equal to 50 mm below neutral axis. At E is equal to 50 mm above neutral axis. So see this one, see these three one, what we have considered, a beam of cross section is given. So first of all, given data, write down the given data. B is equal to 230 mm, D is equal to 300 mm, pre-stressing force capital P is equal to 500 kilonewtons, loading W is equal to 15 kilonewton per meter, span L is equal to 12 meters. Okay, so first one, keep side heading. They are asking resultant stresses at supports as well as at midspan. Okay. So before going to this, what is the difference? What will happen? That means here the beam is like this. If you consider this is the entire span of the beam, L is equal to 12 meters, they are asking to calculate the resultant stresses at here, resultant stresses at top fiber, at bottom fiber. Similarly, they are asking to calculate the resultant stresses at supports. And they are asking three conditions. All the three are available at neutral axis, at E is equal to 50 mm below the neutral axis, at E is equal to 50 mm above the neutral axis. Okay, so what is happening is there is no change due to bending stress due to pre-stressing or normal stress due to pre-stressing. The change is only with respect to loading. As we are calling it as a simple supported beam, so what happens when it is a simple supported beam with UDL? W is equal to 15 kilonewton per meter and the loading span is 12 meters. You already know what is the maximum bending moment at the midspan. So this maximum bending moment at the midspan is, you should have calculator with you. So if you are not bringing for today's class, try to search where the calculator is in your entire house. I might don't use your mobile phone for the calculator purpose. Now coming to here, so this is WL squared by 8. So when you do this WL squared by 8, WL squared by 8, so this is 15 into 12 squared by 8. So write down moment at midspan. Moment at midspan is equal to 15 into 12 squared by 8.
270.
270.
270. 270.
270.
15 into 12 square by 8, 270. Okay, so right, but what happens? What is the moment it supports?
0.
0. So for a simple supported beam, the moments at the supports are 0. The moment at the midspan is 270 kilonewton meter. Write down that one. Now moving next, keep highlighting resultant stresses at midspan. Now first of all I am calculating the resultant stresses at midspan, then I will move for the resultant stresses at the supports we will calculate later on. So first of all, resultant stresses at midspan. In that first bit, when the pre-stressing is done, at neutral axis, when the pre-stressing is done at the neutral axis. So I am erasing all the things. I will consider only first of all when the pre-stressing is done. Before that, we forgot a small point. So you calculate first of all what is the cross-sectional area. I think you might have small space. After the writing the given data, write down A is equal to 230 into 300. 6.9 into 10 power 4 mm power 4 mm square. Is it right?
Power 3, sir.
In Japanese.
Power 3. 10 power 3.
I am not writing 69. 6.9.
Okay, sir. Correct.
6.9 into 10 power 4 mm square. Then moment of inertia. 230 into 300 cube by 12. Tell me 230 in terms of 10 power 9. 230 into or otherwise you can also write down 517.5 into 10 power 6 mm power 4. If the values are wrong, you please respond, unmute yourself and check it. Let me know if I am wrong here. Okay. So these two are okay. Now I am calculating at neutral axis. Pre-stressing is at neutral axis. So draw the cross section. First of all, every time, remember here, we should draw the cross section of the beam. So this is B is equal to 230 mm, D is equal to 300 mm. Now this is your neutral axis, and this is your top fiber, this is your bottom fiber. Don't take scales, pencil, everything and draw straight lines. It takes a lot of time. You may miss the class. So this is when the pre-stressing, you already have understood case 1 condition. So this is a plus. So what is this value? P by A. And this one is nothing but normal stress. So normal stress is equal to plus P by A. So what is this plus P value? Pre-stressing force. Pre-stressing force value is given in the question, which is 500 into 10 power 3 newtons. I am converting in terms of newtons. So 500 into 10 cube. As somebody said, instead of 6.9, write it as 69 into 10 cube. That is also convenient. So what is this value? Plus P by A. Normal stress.
7.24.
7.25. So write it down. 7.246. I am writing it as 7.25. So you take it as plus 7.25 Newton per mm square. So this is also plus 7.25 Newton per mm square. It is normal stress which is constant on the entire cross section. Now along with this one, as it is acting at the neutral axis, there is no bending stress due to pre-stressing, but bending stress due to loading is available. Bending stress due to loading. So this is M by I into Y. This is M by I into Y. Now understand, I am writing at midspan. So bending moment at midspan, what is the value? Somebody said 270 into 10 power 6. So M at supports is equal to 270 into 10 power 6 Newton mm. 270 into 10 power 6 Newton mm. Support, okay. So this is not support, this is midspan. M at midspan is equal to 270 into 10 power 6. So substitute the values 270 into 10 power 6 into, now understand what is meant by Y. Y is nothing but it is the distance from neutral axis to the extreme fiber. Y is nothing but in our Rankins formula we know Y is equal to this distance neutral axis to the extreme fiber distance. So Y is nothing but here it is a rectangular beam. So Y will become D by 2. So this is 300 by 2 by I value. What is I? You got it as 517.5 into 10 power 6. Now tell me what is the bending stress here?
78.26.
78.26. Newton per mm square. So at the top fiber also you will get it as 78.26 Newton per mm square. Now there is no another portion. Draw the resultant stress distribution. So resultant stress distribution is nothing but plus P by A. Here this is minus M by I into Y. So this value will be negative, you will get, and this is you will get it as positive. So top fiber, tell me the value. Plus P by A minus plus P by A plus M by I into Y. How much?
85.51.
85.51. So top fiber value is 85.51 Newton per mm square. Bottom negative 70.71.
Minus 71.
Minus 71.01 Newton per mm square. Minus 71.01 Newton per mm square. So this is case 1 when that means neutral axis, that means the pre-stressing is done at the neutral axis. Now move to the case 2 when the pre-stressing is done at an eccentricity E. When the pre-stressing is done at an eccentricity E below the neutral axis. Now we are considering below the neutral axis. So this is the pre-stressing happening. So this is pre-stressing is happening at an eccentricity of E is equal to 50 mm. So this is P. Now in this case what happens? Now once again draw the cross section. So I am doing second condition. When the pre-stressing is done below the neutral axis at an eccentricity of E is equal to 50 mm. Draw the cross section of the beam 230 by 300 mm. And here when the cross section of the beam is there, due to pre-stressing force, normal stress will be there, P by A. Normal stress P by A will be there, which is P is 500 into 10 cube by 69 into 10 cube. So plus 7.25 Newton per mm square plus 7.25 Newton per mm square. Now we have to do pre-stress, that is bending stress due to pre-stressing. So bending stress due to pre-stressing is just go to case 2. We have already drawn the stress distribution. At bottom fiber it is positive, at top fiber it is negative. So this is negative, this is positive, and the value is here P into E into Y by I. This is also P into E into Y by I. So P is here 500 into 10 cube into 50. Y is nothing but D by 2. So this is 150. 300 by 2, 150 by I is equal to 69 into 10 power 3, I think. Sorry, I is not that one. I is
517.15.
517.5 into 10 power 6.
7.2
7.24.
7.24.
7.24. So I am writing it as negative. Why? Because this is top fiber is negative, minus 7.24 Newton per mm square. This is plus 7.24 Newton per mm square. And along with this one, you should also consider bending moment. So that bending moment loading is here, it is like this. So this is negative, this is positive, m by I into y. So m is already, you have calculated m, 270 into 10 power 6 into 150 by 517.5 into 10 power 6. I think you have already given the value, 78.26
26 Newton per mm square.
78.26 Newton per mm square. This is minus 78.26 Newton per mm square. Now draw the resultant stress diagram. Now draw the resultant stress diagram. Why I am drawing this dotted lines is nothing but you are representing all these stresses, top fiber stresses at the same level. If you don't draw these dotted lines, then what happens is you may cross the diagram. That is, the diagram may come in a cross way. So if you draw this one, then what is the resultant stress diagram? What is the value at top fiber? Plus 7.25. This is minus 7.24. So 78.27.
Newton
For bottom,
minus 63.77.
minus 63.77 Newton per mm square. Minus 63.77 Newton per mm square. So this is under case 2, where the neutral axis is acting below the neutral, that means where the pre-stressing is acting below the neutral axis, as well as you are calculating the resultant stresses at midspan. Remember this one, at midspan. We are not calculating at supports, we are calculating at midspan. Now go for case 3. Pre-stressing is done above neutral axis, at an eccentricity E is equal to 50 mm. At an eccentricity E is equal to 50 mm. So we are drawing above the neutral axis. I observe that many of you have not yet completed the Google Classroom invitation requests. For pre-stressed concrete, around 93 people only joined. What about the remaining 27 people? 27, I think 28 people are there. Why? Because 1 or 2 persons they rejoined. So if you are not completing that one, the problem is if I conduct any assignment test, so directly the marks will be uploaded in this Google Classroom. So you may skip, though you complete the exam. I will within 1 week I will give the first assignment, only objective. So if you miss that one, then definitely the problem is the marks will not be updated. So the list of numbers I can give you. Before that, check the CRs. You can observe in the entire roll list. If you go to Google Classroom pre-stressed concrete, some of the roll numbers they are missing. That means the people they didn't yet complete their request. So complete it as early as possible. So now in this one, so now the pre-stressing is done above the neutral axis. Only the change is, once again you complete all the things. So in the pre-stressing, the diagram I am changing. We have already observed the third case where the pre-stressing is top fiber will be positive, bottom fiber will be negative. So this is plus 7.24 and this case minus 7.24. Remaining loading will be the same. Loading will be the same. So here normal stress due to pre-stressing, bending stress due to pre-stressing, bending stress due to loading is equal to resultant stress diagram. Resultant stress diagram. Complete the things. Tell me the value at top fiber as well as at bottom fiber.
92.75
92.75.
minus 78.25.
So these are the resultant stresses at support at midspan. At midspan. So if you want, you can also complete the resultant stresses at top fiber, at bottom fiber, considering the support section. So just what happens is in that case, now keep the second one, keep generating resultant stresses at support one. So in that case one, when the pre-stressing is at neutral axis. When the pre-stressing is at neutral axis. So in that, first of all, what you can write down is at support section in brackets you can write down moment M is equal to 0. So what is happening at support moments we have already seen, due to loading the support moments are 0. The support moments are is equal to 0. So first condition you are writing. So the first condition is what is the first one? So draw the cross section of the beam. So this one I am writing. First of all, draw the cross section. So upon cross section, the pre-stressing one is so P by A. So this is B, this is D. Now the neutral axis is there. So pre-stressing is done at the neutral axis. So this is P by A, which is considered as plus. So that is normal stress. Now another one is support moments are is equal to 0. You know that initially you have to draw like this, but here M is equal to 0, so you will get this diagram. Due to loading, you will not get anything. So resultant stress diagram will be positive only, plus P by A, which is 7.25 Newton per mm square. 7.25 Newton per mm square. That's it. Now coming to case 2. So the eccentricity E is happening here at an eccentricity E is equal to 50 mm. So in this case, normal stress will be there. P into E into Y by I. This is positive, this is negative. Minus 7.24 plus 7.24. So you will not get any loading, bending stress due to loading you will not get. Why? Because the stresses they are 0. So this is like this you will get. This is 0.01 Newton per mm square. This is 14.49 Newton per mm square, which is positive. Resultant stress distribution for case 2 condition. So that means resultant stress distribution at top fiber, resultant stress distribution at the bottom fiber. Here only normal stress is there, bending stress due to pre-stressing is there, but you will not get due to loading, bending stress due to loading, because bending stress due to loading is nothing but as you are calculating at the supports, support moment is equal to 0, so that's why you will get only resultant stress corresponding to the P by A plus P into E into Y by I for bottom, P by A minus P into E into Y by I at top fiber. Now coming to third condition is when E is equal to 50 mm, then what is happening? P by A will be there, P into E into Y by I will be there, but here M by I into Y, this will not be there. We already know M is becoming 0, so the resultant stress, once again draw the resultant stress. So the resultant stress distribution will be plus P by A minus P into E into Y by I. So this is 0.01. So this is 14.49 Newton per mm square.